Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Sulk stream. I'm your host, the Incredible Sulk, and I hope you guys are having a good old evening. Being well, being cool, holding it together, being yourselves, because that's what I appreciate the most. How are you guys doing? It's Tuesday. It is Tuesday, and we're talking about the African space program, and I know you'd be like, John, what did you say? What? Come again? The African space program. Wait, the what? Yeah, no, the African space program. And it's not like they tried to build a mud hut up to space or anything like that. It is actually. I actually don't know. I didn't watch it, but it is. I just thought it was so freaking hilarious that I had to jump on in and cover it. Because why not? Because why not? I thought it'd be fun. I thought it'd be funny. And it's something to do. So I'm glad you guys are here doing something with me. Is everyone good? You want me to believe in a space, let alone Africa? Africa, I'm pretty sure is real. Space, also, I'm pretty sure is real. So, I mean, eventually one would try to go and get into the other, right? Like, without space's consent, of course. You know Africa. You know Africans. They're gonna go ahead and just try to get wherever they possibly can, and let's see if they made this one. Let's see if they made it. Anyways, we're gonna get going. So get comfy, get cozy, grab a nice dehydrated snack or space tang. I don't know. If you're working, keep working, and if you are driving, please continue to drive safely. Get home safely. Hit the like button safely, because I would very much appreciate that. Anyways, I'm the Incredible Sulk. This is the Sulk stream. And this is called Zambia's Laughable Space Program. I'm sure it's going to be a barrel of laughs. An absolute barrel of laughs. Enjoy.
Today there are many countries with their own space programs, but only 3 nations have ever launched their own crewed spacecraft. The US, Russia, and China. China's capabilities here are largely attributed
Japan? No, not Japan.
to the Russians letting them copy their homework, but American and Russian space programs date back to the 50s and were fueled by mutual rivalry to develop space flight capability, known as the space race. The space race saw the United States and the Soviet Union compete to
be real, the cosmonauts had a cooler look.
The space race. The space race saw
Cosmonauts had a cooler look. That's better drip. And like a lot of people, but oh wait, no, this is Gagarin. Oh, okay. So the Americans had better drip. Sorry, Russia, you lose again.
the United States and the Soviet Union
This is better drip right here. By a long shot.
compete to create the first artificial satellite, put the first human in space, and put the first man on the moon. But there was an unlikely third competitor that threatened to beat them both. The African nation of Zambia. Yes,
It's very Central Africa. Yeah, okay. I just have to know. I have to know how they tried that.
Zambia had its own space program, although, well, if you've ever seen Ghana's advanced military hardware, this was less convincing than that. Zambia's space program first came to international attention in 1964, when Northern Rhodesia gained independence from Britain and became the Republic of Zambia. The global media were surprised to hear of a Zambian man who wasn't all too happy with this, and even more surprised to find out why. He was Edward Makuka Nkoloso, a grade school science teacher and director of Zambia's National Academy of Science, Space Research and Philosophy.
He was the only guy though, right? He just put that sign on his room.
Nkoloso complained that the current political market
On his room, on his hut. National Institute. I can't imagine he had a budget. But maybe he did, I don't know.
nations were disruptive to his space program and his quest to beat the US and Soviet Union to put the first person on the moon. Now this may surprise you, but Zambia's National Academy of Science, Space Research and Philosophy wasn't an official office, and
No
Nkoloso had made it up and appointed himself Director General.
That's exactly what I said, though. That's exactly what I said. I think someone stole my Twitter because I can't get in. Probably better not having one anyway. You don't have a Twitter? Somebody stole your Twitter.
Despite this, the Academy did actually have a facility and trainee space cadets. Believe it or not, They even had a rocket.
It looks like something kids would put together, right? In the backyard. But honestly, the kids would have like dials and stuff on it, and there'd be more detail involved. And they'd have some sort of like program or something. There'd be Houston, right? Some kid would be on like a laptop, like talking to him through like a tin can or something. I don't know. But it just seems like this guy, this deeply autistic African guy who decides to wear a helmet and a cape, which I'm not going to knock him for. I'm not going to knock him for wearing the cape or the helmet. First of all, you're in the middle of Africa. Wearing a helmet isn't the worst idea. Like, bullets be flying. And a cape, I don't know. I just respect the drip, I guess. I appealed or whatever they said, fuck off, essentially. Yeah, that sounds about right. Okay, they're putting in a child. Okay. I mean, that kid wasn't going to live long anyway. He was either going to die a child soldier or from HIV any day now, so. Hey, look, if you didn't want this to be sad, I mean, I'm sorry. Because it's going to be sad. All right? This is Africa. These are African people. No story I can tell you is going to turn out happy. Have you ever heard a feel-good story come out of Central Africa? Ever in your life? Ever once in your life? This is set in Central Africa. I'm sure this is going to have a good ending. It's not going to have a good ending. No, it's going to be tragic. And there's going to be like a black screen at the end of the thing with like white writing saying some pretty terrible things about where the people in that story ended up. Like Hotel Rwanda with Don Cheadle. So, gotta respect a man in a cape, yeah. Is this some sort of training exercise?
As you can see, it's less state-of-the-art and more just state. As in, look at the state of all this shite. Yeah, the Academy's facility was an abandoned farm, and Nkolosso's dozen trainee astronauts, or Afronauts as he calls them.
Afronauts is good, I like that.
Were little more than teenagers. Training exercises included being put in an oil drum and rolled down the hill and swinging from a tree on a tire. This was to simulate weightlessness.
He looks like he's having a good time. They didn't have, this is the 60s, so they're just guessing at a lot of this. Did he have books that he read this from? Or, I mean, he must have found some sort of comic book.
Nkolosso said his space program was inspired by his first flight on an airplane, where he was disappointed that the pilot wouldn't stop the plane so he could walk around on the clouds.
Yeah, let's import these people. Let's import these people by the millions. The guy, fucking Luke Skywalker over here, we really need more of these people that think they can walk on clouds. That think they can walk on clouds. I mean, like, Shima, you're not wrong. You can't walk on clouds, stupid. How'd you get on an airplane anyway? Were you being smuggled?
Man, they don't even stop to let you have a piss, never mind go for a walk. Nkolosso's goal was to put an astronaut on the moon. The Academy had also come to the conclusion that Mars was inhabited by primitive natives, and Nkolosso wanted to set up a Christian ministry there to convert them. But he wouldn't...
Okay, alright, that's, okay.
...be able to do any of this without financial backing, so he wrote to numerous countries and organizations.
Despite says, I had Superman PJs when I was little that had a Velcro cape. Yeah, I actually had a Batman t-shirt with a cape that was like sewn onto it. And I was pretty badass. When I got too big, I hung it onto my wall. I don't know what happened to my Batman thing. I don't know. It's probably gone. It's probably some little African kids wearing it, probably. Thinking he's Batman. Don't jump off buildings.
organizations asking for money, including the US.
Which it'd be stupid because Batman can't really fly. He can kind of glide, but like, that tech is way beyond.
The Soviet Union, Israel, and UNESCO. The amounts he asked for ranged from $20 million to $2 billion. Surprisingly, every organization turned down these very reasonable requests, although some did respond with well wishes and advice. Sadly, you can't fuel a rocket ship with well wishes and advice, and assumedly they tried, but Zambia's space program soon fell apart due to problems both internal and external. Enkel also claimed that foreign meddling greatly disrupted Zambia's space program and
somebody else's fault. Bad leadership. It was somebody else's fault. It was, some people came in and sabotaged Zambia's space program. Somebody came in and sabotaged Zambia's space program. How? Did they steal one of your barrels? Did they cut the rope on your tire swing? Did they... I don't know, man. There are so many things you need to do before you start a space program. Like, have like a decently running economy and having a lower crime rate at least. And having an IQ above... I mean, to actually have a space program, it needs to be above 100. I'm gonna fucking level with you right there. But like, whatever yours is, it's not cutting it. It's just not cutting it, right? You need supplies. You need like solid fuels, and you need to build rocket engines, which are actually pretty complex. Did you know rocket engines is not just like a candle that you put at the bottom of no, they're pretty complex. There's a lot to them. There's orbital mechanics. Okay? You need asparagus staging and stuff. Maybe you should try on a Kerbal Space Program. That'll teach you quite a bit. But then you need a computer, not even a powerful one. And like, if they find out you have a computer, they're going to steal it from you and then try to romance scam American boomers, which would be profitable. That would start you off, right? You'll get like $1 million from like some lonely old lady. It's going to be no problem. Some old boomer, just say you're like a Swedish chick and you're like 19, and he'll be like, yeah, this is real. This is real. And he'll send you tons of money. They will fall for that.
Spies from the US and Soviet Union were eager to steal their secrets, which, according to Enkel...
No, Big B, not 2 billion African bucks. 2 billion American dollars. Real money. Right? Which is like, I don't even know if they have the number for African dollars. Quadrillions? More? Septillion? I don't even know if it even like translates. Like, how many beads is that worth? I have no idea.
Also, we're way more advanced than anything.
We putting more dark matter in space? No, we're not. Actually, I think there's been a black astronaut. I think somebody put a black man up there just for like, somebody put Katy Perry up there. How difficult can it be? Right? You just we put a fucking chimpanzee into space. Before we put an African up there. Just to make sure that like, chimp DNA or like, it doesn't do anything weird in zero gravity. We would put Katy Perry up there just to see what boobs would do in outer space. Pretty much what we expected. Just say dumb things. That wasn't her boobs, that was her mouth.
Neither of the superpowers had to offer. Another problem was the Academy's constant relocating. Their headquarters would move to locations that just coincidentally lined up with whatever new day job Enkeloso had gained employment in.
Nice.
Worst of all, though, were the astronauts. Astronauts, famous for their bumbling ignorance and high-handed arrogance, are well known for their grandstanding and their hot-dogging, and the astronauts were no exception. Enkeloso claimed the international attention had gone to their heads, making them think they were stars. They had the gall to ask to be paid for their work. Two of Enkeloso's best men went on a drinking spree and never returned. Another joined the local tribal song and dance.
Probably died. They probably died.
This group. The rest, Enkeloso claimed, were too busy making love instead of focusing on their...
Dudes. Two dudes? Was it two dudes?
Studies, a female astronaut fell pregnant and had to return to her parents. By 1969, man had reached the moon.
Her mom, I would assume. Her mom.
But the flag that flew on its surface was American, not Zambian. Edward Makuka Nkoloso had watched someone else achieve his dream. Zambia's space program was nothing.
On what? What did you watch it on? A coconut?
More than a laughingstock. But who was the joke really on? Who was this guy? Was he for real? Edward Makuka Nkoloso was born in 1919 in northern Rhodesia. He received a missionary education.
What is Rhodesia? What is Rhodesia now? Back when it was Rhodesia, it was like cool and it was filled with like Dutch people and it was like really pretty. Now it's like Mozambique and it's not pretty. It's I think Mugabe took over and then he executed all the white people. And then after he was done executing the white people, he then executed all the black people. And then there was just bodies everywhere. And then everything I just burned down, I guess, after that. So, a little bit of Rhodesian history for you.
Learning theology, Latin, and French.
Is it Zimbabwe? Is it Zimbabwe?
He wanted to join the priesthood.
Sorry, what did I say? I said Mozambique, didn't I?
But was drafted to fight
Zimbabwe, I'm sorry.
in World War II as a member of the Northern Rhodesian Regiment under Britain. In the Signal Corps, he was promoted up to sergeant, and it's here where he reportedly first learned an interest in science, after being shown how to operate a microscope. After the war, Nkoloso wanted to found his own school, though the colonial administration denied him a permit. He opened one anyways, and it was shut down and he was prosecuted.
School of Learns.
He then joined the resistant movement and gained a following as an activist and freedom fighter. He was arrested and imprisoned in 1956 and 1957. According to Nkoloso, he was tortured during this time. Upon his release, he was appointed National Steward of the United National Independence Party, which was formed by Kenneth Kaunda, who would later become Zambia's first president. When this happened, Nkoloso served as President Kaunda's special representative at the African Liberation Centre, an organisation that supported the work of freedom fighters all across Africa in their struggle against colonialism. Friends and enemies agreed that Nkoloso was a very well-educated and likeable fellow, but what they couldn't seem to agree on was his mental state and how committed to Zambia's space program he was.
He was like autistic, right? He must have been autistic. He must have been autistic. I don't see that he must have been autistic.
Some say he was just eccentric, others say he was crazy. There's even the view that his mind was broken by the torture during his arrest and imprisonment, and he was
Nah, I think he was just born like that.
Never the same again. As such, there are several theories that explain the motivations.
But at least he's got dreams, man. At least he's got dreams and aspirations. Like, because 90% of them, 99% of them, don't. No, they're just, we're going to live on welfare until we have more kids. And then I'm going to have 9 kids and then they're all going to live on welfare. And then they're going to have kids. And then I'm going to have like 100 grandkids. And then like each one of those people costs the U.S. taxpayers like $1 million each. Like $1 million each over the course of their lives because they don't add to the economy, right? So it's like $1 million each. And then we just keep feeding them and just keep feeding them. Just keep feeding them. And then they go out and stab some people. A couple of them end up in jail, but most of them stab. I think it's like 1 in 10 black men kill somebody at some point in their life. It might be higher, it might be lower. I think it's somewhere around there, though. And they just keep having them.
It's behind the Zambian space program. The first is that it was all done in earnest, and Nkoloso really believed he could put an astronaut on the moon. The second is that it was just a bit of harmless fun, and maybe even a bit of a satire of colonialist attitudes towards Africa.
No. He has no idea the concept of satire, or like he doesn't understand the word satire. Trust me, it was not a satire. I mean, if it was a satire, I would be like, okay, all right, fair jab. But like, nah, I completely doubt that. He's not like making fun of like, oh, No.
The global media was busy making a mockery of Zambia's space program. Maybe they hadn't realised that the Zambian space program had made a mockery of them. There's a metal band I like called Gwar, and they dress up in these ridiculous costumes and play the part of intergalactic aliens. I find people's first reaction to this is either utter bewilderment or smug condescension. Oh, you like these clowns? This is like a child's idea of cool. Look at their silly costumes. I think the Zambia space program might be a little bit like Gwar in this regard. Like, good job, genius, you got the point of it being a joke, but have now somehow convinced yourself it's you who's playing it on them. How long do you make it through a Three Stooges movie before proclaiming, hey, these guys are a bunch of morons? I think the whole converting the primitive Martians thing is probably the best evidence of this. That seems like a subtle wink and a nod.
No, dude. Subtlety is not their forte, okay? If subtlety was their forte, they would be better at stealing stuff. And they're really not. They do steal stuff a lot, but like not in a sneaky way, not in a like subterfuge isn't really their bag. You know, it's not. They're not being sneaky. They're just not. He really believes there's aliens up there, and he's going to convert them to Christianity, which I don't think there's aliens up there. I mean,
odd sort of thing. The third theory is that the space program was merely a front for freedom-fighting operations, and Encoloso was using it to teach young recruits covert.
Again, the sneakiness. There's no sneakiness. He's not being sneaky. See, you're reading into too much subtext. You're just reading way into it, and it's very surface level. He wants to go to the moon. He thought he could walk on clouds. You're attributing things to him that aren't there. You're looking for evidence that he's like playing a goof. He's not. He really thinks he can put this together. He got other people to believe it, who wanted to get paid for it, but got drunk and then wound up who knows where. They were training on a tire swing. I just don't know, man. I just don't know. I don't think so.
If you're known as the village idiot who thinks he's a spaceman, it's easier to explain why you have certain chemicals and materials in your possession.
Did he have those materials in his possession, though?
He also worked as a teacher on and off throughout his life.
Did he have rocket fuel? Any rocket fuel? Probably not. Probably zero rocket fuel. I mean, maybe he could get his hands on gunpowder, but that's not rocket fuel. But it will get an African pretty high. But I don't think he would have enough to actually send somebody to space. And they obviously wouldn't survive just being literally shot into space.
Teaching Latin, science, and maths. In 1983...
Background noise says, what a fool, you can walk on sunshine. I didn't know that.
He received a law degree from the University of Zambia. Sadly, in 1989, he passed away at the age of 70. He was buried with presidential honours. In tribute to Encoloso's contributions to space travel, I will be setting up my own space program, with hopes of offering an alternative to the 3 nations capable of launching crewed spacecraft. So if you're sick of these bastards, or even if you are one of these good people, why not consider supporting the Cuxer space program by joining my channel membership or donating to me on Patreon. You can also just subscribe and watch my videos. That's free. And unlike well wishes and advice, you can fuel a rocket ship with subscribe.
We could probably hammer together our own space program, right? We could do that, right? This is just more of that. This is more of Zambia's space program.
Choose to go to the moon in this decade and do...
We should send Africans to the sun. We could convince them that they could probably walk around on the sun. But here's the thing. It costs too much. Well, actually, let's do the math. Costs like, okay, so for every African in the United States, it costs the U.S. taxpayer like $1 million. Not every African, the ones that like live on welfare their entire lives. So like half of them. So it's like $10,000 a pound. So like 100 pounds would be like $1 million. We can send the light ones into space. Oh, children. We can send them when they're little kids. We can pile them into a rocket and then send them up there. That way, okay, yeah, that we can do that. We're going to have to just a bunch of African orphans, have them pile into some sort of oil drum or something, and then just send it up into space. And just have it orbit the Earth for a while. That's not dark.
The other thing, not because they are easy, but because they are hard. Because that goal.
Amidst the height
You gotta do it when they're kids. Because when they grow up, it's going to cost too much. It just costs too much.
race between the U.S. and the Soviet Union, Zambia, a small country in southern Africa, got independence in 1964, and apparently, one of the first things Zambians thought was expected of them was to beat these two superpowers at their own game.
Christian says, here comes the racist tirade we're all here for. Out of me? No. No. Although, I was waiting on doing this. But, so apparently EBT is being canceled in November. And I have a whole lot of stuff specifically about that. And I can bring that up. Because sure, why not? Let's just do it. Because the Zambia space program, it wasn't long enough.
SNAP benefits will be
So we're just going to start doing this, I guess.
turned off for freeloading Americans.
Mm-hmm.
Individuals who have taken advantage of the government for years and years and years. These freeloaders.
Despite says, you guys keep talking about walking on sunshine. This is all I can think of. Okay. Okay, fine. I'll do it. Okay.
Allison is just a really bright girl.
She's studying to be pre-med. Allison's loving, she's fun, and she's a great person.
Hell yeah! Hell yeah, Allison. Get some of that.
I need more of aerosol cans. We're gonna leave this instant.
I want her room to be just like filled with aerosol cans and she has to like swim around it. Just like crawl over the aerosol cans.
And get it.
She looks like she's having a good time.
I wish I had a father.
Yeah, okay. Perfect. I don't need to go any further than that. That was perfect. Thank you. Where was the thing I was doing? There we go.
Will not be happy. And their food will be cut off. At this time in our country.
I have duster. Should I just start slamming some computer duster? Should I just start partying with you guys? Would you guys be down with that?
If you're here, stay dangerous.
What's with these Spike Lee glasses?
Because total chaos is on the horizon.
So a bunch of people are getting their food stamps cut, and everyone says they're going to rob the Walmart when November rolls around. So I'm probably going to go there with a camera and just kind of see what happens. I'm not going to get involved in stuff, but I'll follow like a Letitia around, or Laquifa, and then watch her just walk out with it. I'll be like, I have the evidence. She did it. I mean, you guys have cameras too. I'm just posting this. I'm just posting this.
The line between the haves and the have-nots has been drawn.
Big B says, if EBT gets canceled, let's see if beef gets under $10 a pound. It'll drop, right? 42 million people. 42 million people are on food stamps in the United States. And then you got to think about all the people that are on like Social Security. So like half the country doesn't work. It's like a lot of people, dude. It's a lot of people.
So you're telling me that food stamps are off next month, and keep in mind it hasn't even gotten to next month, right? It's like not even next month yet, but a lot of you just got your food stamps like less than a week ago, and or haven't even gotten it for this month yet. And you're telling me that because you're scared it might not come this month, you're already prepared that your children are not going to eat next month. You're already saying that as a parent, you will do nothing from here till then to make sure that your children have food in their bellies, and that your children will not feed or not be fed. And it's because of Trump and the government, and we need to blame them right now because that's their fault.
So the word is,
There's like 2 weeks, like half a month until it actually happens. And like, you can get a job in that amount of time. You have the ability, you can get a job and like 2 paychecks by that time, and you could easily go and buy food. Why not do that? Why not just be like, when the time rolls around, I'm going to start stealing that shit?
It's officially now that SNAP benefits will not be issued in November of this year, so next month. And I just want to say to all of the single moms out there who are in need of SNAP benefits, EBT benefits, and who are concerned, I just want to let you know that I got this hot $40 waiting on you.
He's got that hot $40.
This hot 40 is ready. See, it's times like these that we need to come.
Oh, and there will be people taking up that kind of offer, right? I mean, what is that? 10 minutes of nothing?
Together. We need to come together, right?
There's a white person right now reading the news about them cutting food stamps and SNAP benefits and stuff like that, thinking to themselves, oh, these niggas gonna be able to eat in no.
I didn't say that. No, I didn't say that out loud.
November, good riddance, whole time.
Okay, I did. Okay, yeah, all right. No, I know. Okay, she's paraphrasing. I didn't say those exact words, but I did think that a lot.
Can't eat.
I was like, good. Maybe food prices will come down, and me using actual dollars, I'll be able to afford more food because food is expensive, right? And if you're getting $3,000 a month to feed your 7 fucking kids or whatever it is like that, that means all those 40 million people not buying food with $3,000 a month. Fucking wild. And then some things are going to be going on sale. Now, there's some things like, look, I'm sure there's like a lot of watermelon and Kool-Aid that I'm just not going to be interested in. But there's other stuff that I will be. Fried chicken, I'm a big fried chicken guy. So I'll probably be picking up quite a bit of fried chicken. There's going to be a fried chicken surplus. That's going to be great for me, honestly. And I do like watermelon. Don't get me wrong. I'm just not going to buy the amount of watermelon that is going to be left behind. A lot of watermelon is going to be going to waste.
Me mom not going to be able to get no Thanksgiving dinner this year.
Donald motherfucker.
My Meemaw uses money too. Why do you think my Meemaw lives off of fucking whatever it is? No, she has money. She has her own money. We all have our own money. Why do you think people automatically live off the government? Is that a thing? Do people? I mean, it must be a thing, right? She seems like a charmer.
Man, J. Trump. I'm gonna tell you just like this. What the you mean? Who ain't getting that goddamn food stamps in goddamn November? Cause I'm getting my goddamn shit. I don't know about the rest of you motherfuckers, but I'm getting my shit. Cause I'm gonna tell you just like this on Jesus Lamar motherfucker Christ.
Shimo says $3,000 a month. Fuck my life. I know. I don't spend $3,000 a month, but like shit ain't cheap. It's like $400 or $500 a week, dude. Like feeding kids and stuff. But they got like $3,000 a month, and they buy nothing but box shit, dude. But nothing you really have to cook. Maybe mac and cheese and stuff. That's not cooking. Boiling water is not cooking.
I will be at mother Walmart with my steel toes on and my motherfucker helmet, and I dare a bitch try to stop me from walking.
What are you protecting with that helmet?
Baby, I'm 250 pounds solid. Baby, you want to see a human motherfucker bulldoze?
You can still get tased. You can still get tased pretty easily and then go into jail and stuff like that. And then what are your kids going to eat? Each other? Possibly. I wonder if the United States, look, we've been feeding these people for decades and decades, and that's the only reason there's so many of them. So what if it just stops for a couple of months? It's just a couple of months, right? We've been feeding you for decades and decades for free, generation after generation, for free. And like, you know, give us a break for a couple of months while we work out a budget thing. And then everything just is going to go fucking Hotel Rwanda, where they start like slaughtering each other and stealing people and breaking into people's cars. Well, they do that. Stealing more. It's going to be a busy couple of months. It's going to be a busy Christmas season for the police force. That's why I'm going to use my phone to watch these people. Christian says my mac and cheese is fire. Do you make it like from scratch? Because yeah, like baked mac and cheese. Oh, fucking fire. They're all too fat too. I know, right? Like a normal person is gonna starve to death after like a month, right? You got a good 6 month supply, all up on you, like all over you, right? You can skip a few meals. You're going to feel a lot better. I promise you. A couple of months without eating is going to do you right. I know you're going to gain it all back in a month because you're getting them food stamps and stuff. But like, you're going to be fine for a couple of months. All right. Just sit tight. When January rolls around, you'll get all your money back. And there you go. Unless you're in jail.
Monthly groceries. Did I get
groceries? Groceries.
Every goddamn month. I ain't bothering no goddamn body. Okay?
You're bothering me. You're making groceries more expensive for me. You're using my tax dollars, which I am forced to give to you at the end of a gun. Yes, that bothers me. But that's not even it. You bother me in fucking like movie theaters and at restaurants, in traffic, when you're fucking drunk in the middle of the day, just fucking wandering through the intersection. Why are you doing that? That's insane. Stop doing that. You bother me in the grocery store with your fucking 9 kids fucking screaming and opening up food packages in the middle of the goddamn store that you don't plan on buying. There's a lot of things that bothers me. I just don't say anything. I don't say anything, right? Because I don't want to have a confrontation with Aunt Jemima in the middle of the fucking Publix, okay? I don't want that. I don't want that as part of my day.
Why does y'all bother me and my goddamn food? I'm just so tired of his big back, bald head, cradle cap having ass. Shaped like
this is a rap fuck. She's rapping. That's what she's rapping. He's got cradle cap? He's got cradle cap? I don't think he's got cradle cap. I know what cradle cap is. I don't think he's got cradle cap.
motherfucking walrus looking ass. I'm sick of him. Like, it's gonna be an episode of goddamn Snap if y'all turn them goddamn Snap benefits off. I can tell you that.
I don't know what Snap is. I don't know what an episode of Snap is. What does that mean? What do you mean? Why are you so animated? You're like a real life Grimace from the McDonald's. Purple. But also like IRL. It's very creepy to me.
Yeah.
I received a letter from Department of Children and Families, DCF, regarding my SNAP benefits. Okay, and are you guys ready for the swirl? I know SNAP is EBT, but she said this is going to be an episode of SNAP. Is that a TV show? Yes, I understand that SNAP is Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, something like that. But is it also a TV show? I'm just trying to decipher what she said. And why are they always wearing shower caps? I don't think you guys take that many showers. That's why you're so ashy all the time. But like, why are you always wearing shower caps? In case it rains?
Got a letter. I just checked my mailbox. Ain't no telling how long it's been in there.
Y'all can't take away my free snacks and juice. They do eat a lot of snacks and juice. It's all like boxes of snacks and juice. Right? And like cakes and stuff. It's very unhealthy food.
I just got a letter saying due to government regulations and the shutdown or whatever, basically, we regret to inform you that as of November 5th, there will be an end to your SNAP benefits. Like, why would they do that, man?
Because money is a real thing. They don't know who you are. They don't give a shit who you are, really. But money is a real thing. They actually have to form budgets and stuff like that. That comes from somebody, right? This is something that they don't understand. Money doesn't just appear. It doesn't happen. It's not like that, all right? It has to come from somebody. It comes from us for paying taxes and stuff, right? But now that they have the whole government shut down, they can't, figure out a budget. And when you can't figure out a budget, things shut down. National parks. I don't know, other government shit. I don't want to name it all. There's a lot. But a part of that is food assistance programs, which you just assumed was free money. It is not. That comes from us. And you take it and then buy Oreos and shit. Or I don't know what they eat. I don't know what they eat. Something bad and huge amounts of it. Huge amounts of it. Fucking lobsters, I guess. I don't know.
And then they say they don't know when it's gonna start back.
Big B says plenty of food banks in cities. There's lots of food banks in cities. And you know what? Those food banks will be overrun by these people. And also, they're just going to be in Walmart stealing stuff. But you're not going to get away with that. I promise you, you will not get away with that. You think you're just entitled to food simply because you exist. I'm sorry. That's a nice utopian idea that food is a human right. It's not. Food comes from labor. It takes people to work to actually generate food. Other people's labor is not a human right because that's called slavery, which you were better off as.
They want to hopefully.
I'm sorry.
High as food is, I'm freaking pissed. Why would they end my benefit?
You afford a lot of eyelashes and whatever shadow, and I'm just saying, you can cut back. You can cut back on a few things. You can really cut back on a lot of things.
I need my EBT, man. Food is so high.
So if y'all think the people are the only ones that's going to be losing out this little text message notification y'all sent about us not getting our November EBT, you guys are very mistaken. So this message is also for Walmart, Kroger, Albertson Companies, Publix, Aldi, Costco, and Sam Clubs, and Target. Y'all know how you like to double up the prices for holidays and for the holiday items that people buy, like milk, eggs?
No, you can't do that. That's called price gouging. They don't do that.
Eggs and cheese? Because Kerrygold butter for the 4-pack at Costco is $20 and it's...
Kerrygold is the best butter. There's a reason it's expensive. Go with regular butter. If you're on fucking food stamps, go with regular butter. Kerrygold is for me. I spend money dollars for Kerrygold, all right? It's good butter. I want it in my house. It's not EBT butter. You can get cheap butter. Go to the margarine section. Don't touch my Kerrygold. Don't touch my Kerrygold, all right? It shouldn't be on the EBT system at all. Okay, there's certain things that you should not have the privilege of enjoying. Obviously, it's not supposed to be a fucking, it's not, buying lobster and Kerrygold with a fucking EBT is fucking ridiculous. You know how much lobster costs? No, you don't, because you just fucking swipe the card. You have no idea. You have no idea how to budget. You sell most of the EBT anyway to pay your other bills. Like phones and stuff, which you got from Obama, and your rent, which is Section 8 anyway. You do nothing. You do nothing. You do nothing, and now you're throwing a fucking chimp fit because you can't get your Kerrygold? That's my Kerrygold.
Usually 10. Well, y'all won't be getting that money.
Christian says that's not for them. It's not. It's not for you. No. You can have margarine. At best. You're lucky I'm not feeding you diesel fuel, all right? Because I could do that. If I just fucking put diesel fuel in a butter churn, there you go, margarine.
But even worse, not only are y'all getting the SNAP money that you usually get every month, y'all gonna be taking losses because people are tired, baby. So it's finna get.
So if I don't get my money from the government, I'm going to rob private companies. And that's getting back at who exactly? Who is that getting back at? The federal government? Where does this audacity come from? Where does this entitlement come from?
Real cute. Not that I'm encouraging anything bad. I'm just telling you what it is, and y'all need to go on the internet, and people are not playing with none of you. So remember this, guys. Retailers count on holiday margins. Seasonal premium pricing means big revenue. If lower income shoppers can't buy, stores miss both volume and margin. Low income shoppers also drive frequency for every week purchasing.
Yeah, look. They're really not relying on you as much as you think. Maybe Walmart and stuff like that, but like a lot of grocery stores that like I go to, you don't go to. So I don't think it's going to be a problem for them. And Walmart is going to be fine regardless. Okay. So if you think you're sticking it to Walmart, you're not. All right. You guys steal anyway. You sell all your EBT so you can have money for weed or whatever it is. And then you fucking, you steal the food anyway.
So grocery stores, y'all better stand the fuck up.
Bitch, they trying to get rid of our food stamps? They trying to get rid of food stamps? They trying to get rid of EBT, electronic benefits? They put it on freeze? What? Why everybody, why am I passing arguments in the streets? Like, I'm coming out of
because you live in the ghetto, and then people are all like, how are we going to pay for our food? Well, you can pay for it. You can, like, literally pay for it. I mean, come on. If food isn't your entire budget, okay? Like, I see your nails and your fucking, and your shower caps and your hair did and stuff like that. That's a grocery haul right there. You're going to have to make some sacrifices. It's only for a couple of months, for God's sakes. And you're all like, uh-huh. Yeah, you're going to have to do it. Unless you can hammer out a deal like between the Republicans and the Democrats, which, good luck. You're going to have to find a job or have to sell something or be a prostitute or do something like that. Yeah, we all have to do this.
my apartment. People is arguing. I'm sitting here in the parking lot. Motherfuckers is behind me.
Arden Share says, here's an analogy. Dad told me no, so I'm going to take shit from my neighbor's house. The neighbor talks to Dad, and Dad pays for the child's fee. Yeah. I'm just going to start stealing it from other places. So there. How the fuck is that even? I don't think, look, you're trying to mask this as some sort of social protest, but really you're going to steal anyway. You are going to, and you probably steal already as it is. So it's not a social protest. It's just how you be. It's how you is.
Arguing. I wish I could see it. This shit is crazy, man. Temperatures.
I'm gonna go to the Walmart in the ghetto. I'll fucking drive up to Daytona in my very nice car. No, I'll Uber there. And then I'm gonna be ratting on fucking black families that I see stealing. I will. I'll bring a megaphone right there. You security guard right there. There's one of them. Right? And they'll like look at me. I'll be like, what? What?
People straight tripping. I'm just listening.
I won't even be sure that they're stealing. I'm just going to start pointing them out. And, like, I'll have a pretty good shot. And if, like, they're not stealing, then they'll just think I'm weird. And, okay, fine, you think I'm weird. But, like, there's a really good shot that they're stealing. So, that's not racist, all right? That's just statistics. Statistics, right? Like, 1 in 4 black ladies is on EBT. So... it's a pretty good shot. And if I go to the ghetto, it's like, it's going to be most of them.
I'm going to the gym because, baby, the way things is going, my anxiety.
Because I heard they had pizza. Well, I got bad news for you. I got bad news for you. There's no pizza at that gym. Not since 2020. I'm bummed about it, too. I'm bummed about it, too.
I'm going to go to this gym. I'm going to exercise because I need to release something. And I need to
at least rent a car. With no way to make a speedy getaway. Well, I have a gun.
Yes.
Hey, I'm bringing the gun. What are they gonna do? Right? Pull their own gun on me, then we have a shootout in the middle of the Walmart. La-di-da, it's fucking Daytona. Like, that doesn't happen all the time.
It's getting crazy out here in these streets, man.
Whatever.
I have to go back to my days of stealing. Take what you need. There's a part that says, take what you need.
No, see, this is encouraging crime. Is this covered under freedom of speech? Because it seems like a call to action to commit a crime, which seems like it's not covered under freedom of speech. I'm pretty sure it's not. If you tell people to go out and steal the food, that's against the law. But laws don't apply to these people, I guess. And so they're like, just go steal it. What are they going to do? Put you in jail? Yeah, they're going to put you in jail. Well, they can't put all of us in jail. Yeah, they can. Yes, they absolutely can. They can put every single last one of you in jail. It's not even hard. It's not even hard. Ben says, hi, guys. We talking about Sapphire and Kingfish 2025? No, we're talking about them canceling EBT benefits. Also, we talked about the Zambian space program. So, these people have really fallen quite a bit. They used to be astronauts and shit. Now they have to steal food from the Walmart because they just will not get a job. Look, I know the job market's tough and shit, but I mean, you could really you go to food banks or something. Yeah, like you can go door to door. Don't come to my door, but you can go to like door to door in the ghetto, and I'd be like, "Yo, do you want your lawn mowed or something like that?" But no, you're just gonna start robbing people. You're just gonna fucking start robbing people.
You know what? I ain't gonna lie. God provides everything that I need. Everything that I need. He gave me these kids. He gonna make sure they get fed. And that's period. Like
No. Like several different guys gave you those kids.
Gave them to me. He gonna make sure that they get fed. He gonna make sure everything is okay. And I know.
I actually hear Africa is like really good about feeding their public. It's the motherland, and they got like Wakanda and shit over there. How many of you think we could actually convince that Wakanda's a real place, and then they'll give you food stamps over there? And they'll be like, shit, I'm going to Wakanda. And then just airdrop them. Just into the heart of darkness. I don't care where. Like a city? Is there cities? I don't know. Just drop them off.
Trust that and I believe that. And I stand on that, and I've always had.
So I made a video earlier. I talked about it in the comments, but I didn't talk about it in the video itself. If y'all think these people that's possibly going to lose their benefits in November is just going to be like, oh, well, I'm just going to sit back in this house and starve, not feed my children. Y'all are crazy. It's about to be Gotham City chaos in this bitch. I went to sleep.
So you're about to do things in Gotham City, a city known for evil and crime. And you're supposed to be the good guys? So that means if Batman comes around and beats up black people, a rich Batman, let's say Elon Musk, comes around and he's dressed as Iron Man, and he's like he has one of those robots that he built to do a suit, which I would believe that from Elon Musk. And then just starts throwing daggers at black people's faces. You're not going to be mad about that? Okay, fine. Be Gotham. You look like the Joker anyway.
Woke back up. This guy said that he worked at Walmart and they had to eat.
Ben says, I haven't had a lobster tail in a decade. Lobster's mid anyway. I don't get the fascination with it's okay. It's not great. I don't love lobster. It's okay.
Evacuate the Walmart because people bomb rushed it, stealing already. Baby, it's not even November yet.
I know. You have a lot of time to go out and look for gainful employment. But you're like, I better steal more now in case it gets harder to steal when November rolls around. Stealing is your entire game plan. It's your way of life. You can't do anything else. You can't do anything else besides steal. That's your whole plan. That's your whole fucking plan. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. And then your kids are going to end up in foster care. And then you're going to be in jail. Which is going to cost us so much fucking money. It's
not even hit October 20-somethings yet. And they already stealing. Y'all, you remember Maslow's hierarchy of law? But first, before we get into that.
It's hierarchy of needs. But, okay, go ahead.
I'm going to drop the video. I want y'all to see. I'm going to drop it right now.
Because everybody came into my grocery store. I work at Walmart. Everybody came into Walmart bum rushing, stealing, like filling up buggies, running out the store, like just putting all the groceries in their cart because he want to cut off motherfucking food stamps.
Y'all watched it? Okay, so Maslow's hierarchy of law states that everybody's basic needs must be met.
No, but go ahead.
Right? So you remember back in the pandemic.
Must be met. What do you mean by that? Like, must or else what? They're sad? Well, yeah. Well, yeah. But must is like a very loaded term. It's not must or else we gonna steal. No. It must.
When people were stealing and hoarding toilet paper, even though they had enough toilet paper, but for fear of not getting it again, they bought a whole bunch. So when people,
I remember when that rolled around and I had toilet paper and I didn't go out and buy new toilet paper because I was like, I have toilet paper. I have enough. It's not a lot. I don't still have toilet paper from 2020. I had a normal size thing of toilet paper. And it was enough.
People going to steal. They're not going to just steal.
Arden Shire said, it's a law. I got needs and they must be fulfilled. It's a law. I have my rights. I can't breathe. I can't eat. I'm going back to Africa. Okay. Okie dokie.
To have enough.
And I love the argument where they're like, well, why don't you just go back to Europe? I mean, I've been there plenty of times. I wouldn't be terribly depressed if I was forced to live in Europe. It would actually be kind of neat. I'd be fine. But if you go back to fucking Zimbabwe or something like that, you're fucked. Fuck, if all of us go back to Europe, you're still fucked.
Because they have a fear of not getting food again. So even though you can afford food, it's not going to be food.
And what is with the fucking shower caps? Why do they all wear shower caps? Can somebody really answer that question for me? Why do they all wear shower caps?
In the stores to purchase because people are stealing it. And then the retailers is going to file insurance claims, which also is going to increase their costs. And so then the manufacturers who manufacture the food for the retailers, they still have to manufacture the food, but they just have to do it at a higher price because people are stealing. Y'all.
Okay, so she doesn't know basic economics. She has absolutely no idea. She has no idea about basic economics. It doesn't cost them more to produce food because people are stealing. They don't have to produce as much food because people are buying less, right? People are buying less. They can stop you from stealing. That's not going to be the hard part. But this means that the value of food will go down. And then I'll be able to buy food, buy food, with less money. So it's good for me that you're not getting free food and free money. So I don't feel bad. And please learn like basic economics first. Like stealing is not part of basic economics. All right? Stealing is not part of basic economics. I'm just letting you know. Right? Like, yeah, it makes it harder for a individual grocery store to remain in business when a bunch of you people go in there and rob them to death. Yeah, that will make it very difficult for that specific grocery store. But that doesn't really put a strain on the system as a whole, right? Because they'll just sell that food to different grocery stores that don't get robbed all the time. And so what you're going to do is you're going to shut down your local Walmart and be like, why don't we have a Walmart anymore? Well, because you constantly steal from them. And they can't afford to stay in business. You're destroying your own communities again. So it's not going to affect me as bad as you think it is. It's actually going to be pretty positive for me.
Now get it? Because the retailers is not going to truly be able to pay. Because people are stealing.
Ben, I'm not arguing with you. I completely agree with you. They do deserve it. I'm sorry, if you're not willing to play the game whatsoever, at all, then you do deserve it. You do deserve to have your local Walmart shut down. You do deserve to have no place to buy food within a 50-mile radius because everyone within your neighborhood just gets robbed to death. And the only people that are willing to go there is fucking like Chinese or Indian-owned gas stations with like 3-inch plexiglass between you and the customer. And then you buy chips and shit. But you steal those a lot too. I'm just saying. This is not going to affect me at all. I'll laugh. I'll see all the fucking... I'll look at my phone. I'll be sitting on my couch looking at my phone. Between like runs of Battlefield and stuff like that. I'll be like, oh shit. Oh shit. She's getting tased. And then that is the extent it's going to affect my life to. Do you understand? I don't live anywhere near you. I live very far away on purpose. That's why property values around here are actually holding pretty stable. You just go ahead and steal. I don't care. I don't run a grocery store. I don't care. It's going to destroy your grocery store, not mine. Do as you see fit. Burn that bitch to the ground if you want. It's not going to affect me. It's going to hurt you drastically. And then you think you're making some sort of social protest, but because people are coming in with like water cannons and dogs and stuff, trying to keep you from hurting yourselves. You don't understand. You just simply don't understand.
And then, let's...
BF sex is really good. I enjoy it a lot.
Just say, okay, you working your good job, right? And you're going to just go about your day. You think, okay, let me just go to Pilates. Let me just go jogging.
Ben says, see, they deserve it. They deserve it all. Yeah, they do. 100%. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. They deserve it so good. So good.
No, you're going to have a fear because people are going to rob you. Your car may not be there when you get back from Pilates.
Strawberry says so they don't mess up their hair. Mess up their hair? It's probably not that great in the first place.
Or when you're out there.
So they go out and get their hair did. And how much does it cost to get your hair did? Couple $100?
It depends.
It depends.
But they have to pay for hair.
Hair.
They have to pay for someone to braid it in.
Braid.
Like products. I don't know.
Oh, because they got to weave.
They got weave. They have to get their hair like braided and stuff.
So it's like several $100s.
And time.
Like a month probably. Several hundred. So they and they got the nails too, right? Them nails are on fleek. So I'm just saying, there's and lashes that fucking when they blink it like pats the back of their fucking head, right? They're so long, like that. Hello, it's like that. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. Just stop doing all that. Just stop doing that for a couple of months. Just a couple of months, all right? Then you can go back and be a swirling ghetto queen as much as you want, as much as you wish. Obviously, I'm against that. I hope they never come back. I hope EBT is gone forever, along with Social Security, if I'm being honest. All of it gone forever. That way, if you want money, you gotta fucking work for it. Or you have to do the things that make you valuable to me. All right?
Jogging, you're gonna get robbed because people say, "Well, damn."
I'll shoot you. I will shoot you. If you try to rob me, I'll fucking shoot you. This is Florida. Maybe you can pull that shit in California or whatever fucking stupid state you're from. But like, I will fucking blow a hole in you. And not feel guilt. I might not even call cops.
You got time to go jog and exercise and shit while I'm hungry?
Renaya says, exercise and shit while I'm hungry? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, no. I buy nail polish from Dollar General and do my best. There you go, Renee's. The fucking DG. The DG is trash. I go in there sometimes. There's a fucking trash, dude. There's like 2 people working there. They're both meth heads. Despite says I played RoboCop today. It's fun. RoboCop is a good game. RoboCop is a lot of fun. I have more of these. Hold on, I have more of these.
They really canceled food
Trust me, I have plenty of this.
stamps, and now I'm gonna have to get back with my baby daddy.
Why don't you want your children to have a father? What is the incentive there? I think the incentive is like when you get knocked up by a brother, you get, what is it, 15% of their paycheck? And if you get knocked up multiple times by the same man, you still only get 15%. But if you get knocked up by a different man, that's another 15%. Or is it 20%? So if you have 5 kids and you have 5 different baby daddies, 20%, 20%, 20%, 27%, that's a full-time job. You have 5 kids, you don't do nothing but get knocked up by randos, and you got a full-time job. Or you have the equivalent of that on top of getting SNAP, EBT, all that fucking bullshit. Section 8. So they're actually raking it in. They can get their nice nails. They can get their fucking, the devil's eyelashes thing going. Their weaves. It's a racket. Because you're a whore. That's what you are. You're a whore. Only the government's paying you to be a whore. It's not your typical whoring. You're a government whore, which is honestly so much worse. It's so much worse. It's so much worse.
Everybody pack your shit because we finna go up there to the White House.
The federal government does not come up and running as of November. Food stamps will not be issued.
Breaking news. Donald Trump's administration is halting food stamp payments for November.
Y'all sit up and rely on the government. Y'all be waiting on food stamps. What's the shit called housing? Y'all depend on them.
The streets are heating up, and Thanksgiving may look like.
Renee says, I am trash, John. You know that about. I'm not saying you're trash. I've been to Dollar General. I go in there for things. I go in there just to like check it out and be like, wow, look at all this. Well, there's frozen sausages. Not eating that.
The purge at
Don't eat
Walmart.
that.
Trump's shutdown just froze food
Hey, Farrell.
stamp funding, and 41 million people are about to find out what hunger politics look like. Today's video dives straight into the chaos.
Lucas says my trash. Lucas, we're a team here. Renee's is our trash.
Panics, welfare workers.
We go family style.
Confirming the shutdown, and everybody's blaming everybody. From baby mama panic to Cardi B warnings, this one's got the internet melting down. Grab your carts. It's about to get messy.
So I don't know why Trump decided to mess with these folks' food stamps. These people is not finna be getting
Quality
food stamps for the month of November.
Oh my god, dude. She looks like she works in the back of a Red Lobster. Not even she's like the front of the house crew. She's in the back of the Red Lobster. Just used to work at the Red Lobster. But she was front of the house crew.
She's gonna be running out the store with grocery baskets and everything. So I
Lucas wants me to fight her. Fight him IRL. Okay.
so
Fine, whatever.
She ain't lying. When the grocery line turns into a stampede, that's not a sell. That's survival mode.
President, he clearly.
She got the eyelashes. Hold on. This Donald Trump, how he get my fucking EBT? I got 9 kids, right? The 9 baby daddies. They ain't worth shit neither. I got 9 kids.
Done lost his damn mind messing with these people food stamps. Now, November, when this come in effect, it'll teach y'all a lesson to stop selling them food stamps.
Yeah, you stop selling the food. Does this look creepy? They're really on my lids. Girl. Ow. Okay, I can't see. That's the look, right? Yeah.
They really canceled food stamps? And now I'm going to have to get back with my baby daddy and have him stuff me like a turkey this November.
Whore. You're just a whore. You're just a filthy fucking whore.
Because I'll be damned if me and my kids go hungry. Y'all got me all the way messed up. Y'all really want to cancel food stamps before Thanksgiving? I don't even celebrate that raggedy holiday anyway.
It's a white holiday. Because we're grateful for shit. And you're not.
But y'all...
It's a holiday for us to be grateful for the things we have in life. And you're pissed off that you're not getting things for free.
I'm really trifling for that.
Starting next month, we ain't getting no EBT food stamps. I'm irritated. Next month, we ain't getting no EBT. Pack your shit because we finna go up there to the White House for that. I must thought I was playing. We finna catch that train up to that White House. Let's go today, right now. Let's go tonight. So what the we gonna do?
I work in the social service field, and if
Ew, bro. I know you still have weeks until they stop. There's weeks until they stop. You can go get a job. It's not that hard. I mean, like, it's not going to be a great job. It's not going to be a great job. And they're going to pay you dick for wages. You probably make, look, $3,000 for EBT is good money. That is $3,000 for food. That is so much food. That's why you're enormous. That is why you're enormous, right? So are you going to be able to make $3,000 in 2 weeks? No, you won't. But you're going to have to tighten your belt a little bit. You're going to have to lose some weight. Honestly, I mean, we're all doing it. You're going to have to figure it out too. And you're fucking disgusting, lady.
if you receive SNAP, you should be aware of this.
Social workers are the devil. And they're fucking retarded too. Have you ever met a social worker? They're fucking stupid people. They're just... They have no common sense about them, right? Every decision they make is on their emotions and stuff. And then, like, they're like, bleeding hearts. Like, I went to a community meeting because there was homeless people around here, and we were all pretty mad about it. And there was a social worker saying, oh, but they're poor and downtrodden. They're not. They've been there for years getting drunk every day in the park. They're not trying to do anything. They're just fucking menaces, and you don't have to deal with them. We have to deal with them, and we want them gone. Luckily, they're gone. I kind of hope they're dead, but they are gone. I don't know.
Unfortunately, the rumors about SNAP possibly being affected or even stopped in November are true. SNAP is federally funded through the USDA, and they've already put out an announcement that they have only had the funding for October, but because of the government shutdown, they don't have the funds for November. And if Congress doesn't pass a budget bill or a temporary funding bill, then states can't load funds onto people's EBT cards.
See,
background noise says I could open a catering business with that much in food stamps. I know. With that much, like, you know what I could do with $3,000 in food a month? You know how much I could turn that into? I can make 5 times that amount. I can't get EBT because, you know, but like, that is an insane amount of food. I could easily open a restaurant with that. But no, they usually just sell it off. They sell off what they don't use, and then they use the rest of that to get their nails and shit did. They're obviously taking advantage of the system, but they don't think they're taking advantage of the system. And then on top of that, they're like, we want reparations. You want reparations on top of food stamps, Section 8, whatever else, God else they're fucking giving you. A free phone. Like, dude, what else do you need? Do you want a private plane? Like, you make more than most people sitting on your ass getting railed by randos. You make a lot of money. That's a good amount of money.
It's not a rumor. It's receipts. The USDA says it planned no budget, no benefit, but they still got $20 billion for the other countries.
I disagree with that too. I don't think we should be sending money to other countries, but also not you. I think we should not pay as much in taxes. 40% is a wild amount of taxes to pay. It shouldn't be, it should be 1% tops. But even that is kind of going too far, in my opinion. It should be completely optional. Taxes should be 100% optional. If you don't want to pay them, you don't have to. And of course, no one's going to pay them. Well, some people will. Just out of like, you know, billionaires will be like, oh, I'm paying my taxes this year. They're like, what? Get the fuck out of here. No way. That's really nice of him. But no, you shouldn't. You don't have a right to tell people they owe you, because you don't.
I work for the welfare office in my local county. I'm in Pennsylvania, and we received an email today, this afternoon, that SNAP benefits, food stamp benefits, if the federal government is still shut down, will not be released in November. And
Ben says, one person, myself, if I splurge and buy New York steaks, maybe $600 a month. For one person, that's pretty good. I mean, like, yeah, there's 4 of us, and we don't like, I mean, we buy plenty of food. I don't like really restrict it. It's like $400 or $500 a week. So there's a lot of food.
And that any applications after the 15th, which were 2 days ago, will not be issued.
Despite says even God only asked for 10%. Yeah, that's only 10%, right? And the government's coming in for like 40%, so we can send out thousands of dollars a month to people that just take advantage of the system, and then billions over to other countries that you never even heard of for whatever God knows what reason.
So it is true. I know we're seeing a lot of different stuff online, articles. But
Knob says $400 to $600 a week for 6. Yeah. So when you get to a certain point, you can go to Costco for every trip, and then you're spending basically the same amount because you get everything in bulk. So yeah, I believe that, Knob.
it is true. I've been officially notified as an employee with the state at the welfare office. So if the federal government does not come up and running as of November, food stamps will not be issued.
Breaking news. Donald Trump's administration is halting food stamp payments for November. The threatening to cut off assistance for 41 million Americans if the shutdown keeps dragging on.
Good. 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 I don't care. Good.
The USDA just confirmed it's blocking states from submitting data to load next month's benefits, meaning millions could wake up and find their EBT card suddenly empty.
Iplin says, if I owe anything, anyone anything, it's because they did something in return. We received nothing but burden from the government. Yeah, the government doesn't give us anything. It doesn't, it's got a military, but that doesn't really do anything for us. It does things for other countries, but not really for us. The roads here are paid for by tourists. Yeah, I can't imagine. They don't. No, I just pay them, and they don't give me anything in return. I can't imagine. I can't think of a single thing that I've gotten from the government for my taxes. I can't think of a single thing. Let me actually try to think about it. I've gotten nothing. I've never in my entire life have gotten anything for all the taxes I've paid in my life.
Critics call it starvation politics. And now the USDA admits funding could run dry in 2 weeks, leaving families and seniors without their main source of groceries.
Y'all really on mad about...
Despite says eliminate property tax too. Well, in Florida, they're actually working on that, which would be nice. Would be nice if I could actually own my property. It would be nice. But then one day they're going to be like, you know what? You owe us property taxes again because we said so. And I'll be like, the fuck I do? The fuck I do? The fuck I do? Nope. I should say that now, but what am I going to do?
So much other shit going on in the world. Y'all need to be
They kind of have us over a barrel, right? Because if we don't pay them, they're going to put us in jail. And yes, they'll put all of us in jail. They will happily put all of us in jail. Hundreds of millions of us in jail.
Government shutdown. Y'all real life don't know if y'all gonna receive any checks from y'all jobs. Rent gonna be due, and y'all don't learn about some food stamps.
I get mail delivered, but I don't want mail delivered. I don't need mail delivered. I can get an email. I can get all my information from this, and I pay for this, right? They insist on sending me letters, but I don't even see why. There's no real reason for it. On top of that, you have to pay to use the mail. So it's not really free, is it?
Well, that should be a priority regardless if y'all get them or not. Food should always be put on the table. Y'all sit up and rely on the government. Y'all be waiting on food stamps. What's the shit called housing? Y'all.
Ben says, Sulk got to pay property taxes. He'll be lining up wearing a shower cap, ripping off Walmart for lobster tails. Well, not lobster tails, but yeah. I ain't paying no property taxes. I can't do it, but you get the gist, right? These people are fucking whining and bitching that they have to pay to buy food. Like all of us with jobs, full-time jobs that have to fucking, struggle to feed families, right? There's people out there with kids that don't get shit for assistance, live in trailers and stuff, and then go to work every day and have to budget to buy food for their kids. And you over here just getting knocked up left and right. Why? What makes you better than us?
I depend on you, but I do pray for the elderly, disabled people and stuff like that.
Look, if you're elderly and you have to live off the government, it means you are a fucking asshole to your kids. You are a fucking asshole to your kids. They don't want to take you in. They hate you so much that they would rather you die on the street than them take care of you. Then you deserve that. You deserve that. Oh, but what if they didn't have kids? Well, they didn't plan for the future, did they? So they deserve it.
I feel they shouldn't be accountable for everything. We trying to figure out why when you get $1,000 worth of food stamps, you selling them over there.
I bet she never made it past the 4th grade. She was pregnant in the 3rd grade. Right?
Using, relying, depending. Shut up.
And here comes the moral lecture. People talking about get a job while groceries cost more than car.
Butte says, I like what you're saying, man. I'm just saying truth. This is just honest things, man. These are honest things, dude. I'm fucking sick of it because I do see people out there struggle every single day. At times be tough. Times be absolutely tough. And it's so unfair that these fucking swirling ghetto queens with their 8 fucking kids and no fucking dad just get to walk around Walmart with 2 grocery carts filled to the brim with absolute garbage. And they do this every fucking month, probably every couple of weeks or some shit like that. And then they have the audacity to pretend like I owe them this food. I owe them this lifestyle of sitting on their fucking asses. I don't know you. I did nothing to you. I kind of doubt my ancestors did something to you. I really do. Like, you may say that, but I kind of doubt they did. I don't think there was any, if I were to look back in the records, I don't think I'd see any slave owners. I'm sure there were. I don't think I'm related to them. So, like, why does it fall on me? Why does it fall on all of us? Right? A very small percentage of people were slave owners. And honestly, it would have been better for America if there wasn't any slaves ever. Because you wouldn't be here. Would you? You'd be back in Africa, starving to death, or just not exist at all. Probably the latter.
It's official. You will not be receiving food stamps for the month of November if you are on them. Meanwhile, there are 17 people in the United States that have $100 billion. They don't pay you.
Yeah. They own $100 billion. Mm-hmm. They decided to make $100 billion. That's what they spent their life doing. And honestly, I'm not telling you to go do that. I'm not telling you to, because honestly, I think it's kind of a waste. Like, it's a waste to make so much money that you'll never be able to spend, or even your descendants will never be able to spend. I think that's kind of a waste of your life. But if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. That doesn't mean it belongs to you. And why would you think it does? What claim do you? I don't go to Elon Musk's house and fucking bang on the door. I'm like, hey, you got a lot of money. That shit should be mine. I would never say that because it makes no sense. And I'm not a fucking crazy person. That makes absolutely no. If somebody came banging on my door, be like, hey, you got a lot of money. That belongs to me. I'd be like, I got something that belongs to you. Right? I would. And again, I would blow a hole in your chest. Because fuck you. Fuck you so much. Fuck you so much. You know how hard it is to eke out a living these days? And you just fucking throw shit in your car. Blah, 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 blah. Like you just deserve it just for farting on my fucking planet. Fuck you. Fuck you so much.
You enough to live. They pay you enough to survive. Barely survive. But hey, whose fault?
Ben says, and we're $37 trillion in debt. Well, I'm not going to directly blame that on the black community. I blame mostly the boomers for that. And there's other groups as well, but the boomers mainly. Because once you get to like $1 trillion in debt, when you be like, hey, maybe we should like slow this down. When did we hit $1 trillion in debt? 1980? 1985? Somewhere around there. After that, you'd be like, hey, maybe it'll be tough to like repay $1 trillion. And then we're like, no, hold on. Let's add another $36 trillion to it. And everyone's like, yeah, okay, yeah, that sounds like a good idea. That sounds like a good fucking plan. Because we won't ever have to pay it back. We'll just build gigantic fucking houses and go to the moon and start wars all over the planet. And you know what? It's our kids' problem, you know? So fuck them. Fuck them kids, right? Let's fucking fill the country with Muslims and black people. That way, it'll be fun for them. You know, they'll get stabbed on buses. But again, it's not really our problem. Because we live in gated communities in our gigantic fucking houses. So, thanks, Mom and Dad. Appreciate it. Thanks for ripping every amount of fucking prosperity and hope that this country once had away from me so you can squander it all on your fucking ski houses and your jet skis and all that bullshit.
What is that? I mean, who's truly to blame here?
Yeah, print money.
Them?
Just
Or allowing this
I'm going to give this money to me first. That way people do what I say. And then the rest of them have to fight over. Hey, black people, you want $3,000 a month?
All to happen.
So due to the government
Just give me the votes. Just give me the votes.
shutdown, there will be no SNAP benefits dispersed for November of 2025. And I feel like y'all need to feel this because y'all put those people in position to do this to y'all. Y'all voted for them. The Republicans own every single part of the government. I'm talking about the Senate, the House, the presidency, and they own the Supreme Court. Y'all thought y'all was gonna get a stimulus check and some free money. It's never gonna be free. The rich is getting richer and the poor is getting...
Think about what you just said, though. It's never going to be free. It's not. It's free for you. It's not free for us. It's rotting the country from the inside out. And every time you don't get your way, you set a city on fire. You set a city. You know cities cost money? You know how much work goes into cities? You know Gary, Indiana used to be a nice place to live? Now it's a shithole. It is an absolute shithole. Do you understand why? No, of course you don't.
Poor. People are going to be starving in the richest country in the world.
Good! Good! Good, finally. Finally, there's a little bit of accountability. Look, this country wasn't supposed to be... This is the Wild West. All right? This is not supposed to be some communist shithole. All right? A lot of places have tried that, and every single time, lots of people died. Sometimes hundreds of millions of people die. And we've been this communist shithole for a while, and it's overpopulated with people that just cannot work for themselves. They cannot sustain their own lives. And so we set up this thing where it's like, if anything happens, it's going to collapse. And then a lot of people are going to die because of these programs initially. They shouldn't have been started in the first place. It made generation after generation of just takers. And now look, you had 9 kids, your grandma had 9 kids. There's like 100 people here that never did anything, never learned how to be self-sufficient or farm or like develop a trade or anything like that. Of course, if anything falls apart, you're going to die. You're all going to die. Because it's just so sensitive. You can't just expect things to come in the mail. You actually have to fight for survival on this planet, right? And yes, sometimes people will actively try to take that from you. You should be well aware of this.
Real point. Billionaires ordering hundreds.
Noel says, happy Diwali, folks. Happy Diwali. Like an Indian person. Like, who fucking cares? Is this another holiday where you throw shit at each other? Noel's not Indian, but I don't care about Diwali.
Class fights over bread and peanut butter.
Big B says these programs were only supposed to be temporary. Yeah, income tax was only supposed to be temporary. The deviation from the gold standard was only supposed to be temporary. Yeah, once the government, the things that happened after 9/11 were only supposed to be temporary. The things that happened after COVID were only supposed to be temporary. Maybe we should just not fucking believe these people anymore. Because shit ain't been temporary. It's still going. Temporary, temporary, temporary. I mean, I guess everything's fucking temporary, isn't it? But you just keep fucking doing this weird totalitarian bullshit, inch by inch. It just be, it's just temporary. It's just temporary for your safety. It's just temporary for this current crisis that we obviously engineered. Stop. 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 Or at least tell us it's not temporary. Just be like, hey, you guys, good morning. We're fucking you over for the rest of your lives like this today. Just in my fucking phone. Yep. Not surprised. But please, if any of these programs were ever temporary, that would surprise me. That would surprise me.
MAGA and all the Trump supporters, I would like for you to know and understand that.
Oh, he says these, yeah. I can see that being sarcasm, but yeah. It's hard to communicate sarcasm with. You can do the /X and that communicates sarcasm. It's hard to do because it's text.
For the month of November and probably
It's text.
December, there will be no.
I get you. I get you, Big B.
benefits. Okay, there will be no EBT. There will be no food stamp benefits for the month of November. And with that being said,
You know why you don't feed wild animals? It creates an unnatural dependency. Exactly. You don't feed the gators, right? You don't feed bears because then you just get too many gators. You get too many bears.
there will also be, no Medicaid. And then, I'm also military healthcare's down right now. They can't explain why. You're gonna have a Thanksgiving with no food.
The military is also a problem. When people get out of the military, they automatically go on VA benefits because they're like disabled or something like that, and they get like $10,000 a month for being disabled veterans for the rest of their lives. And I'm like, not all of them, obviously, but like a good portion of them. And I'm like, really? Because like if I had known that, I might have thought about going into the military. But I'm glad I didn't, because I've never seen somebody come back from the military okay. I've seen it on the TV and stuff where they went to the military and he's like, oh, it's the best thing in my life. It's the best thing for me. But in real terms, I've seen people go off to the military and come back fucked up. So, yeah.
How's that? And then all of us were in the military and we're serving this big, beautiful country that you love. You won't be getting any health care next month.
What did you do in the military? What exactly do you do? What did you do in the military specifically? I'm not doubting that you went there, but like, what did you do?
I'm not worried about it. The way God blood around these parts, but we won't be able to go to the grocery store.
God helps those who help themselves. Get a fucking job. Go be a part of your community. Build something. Build a town. Build a city. Don't just fucking sit there. Go back in the fucking military, for God's sakes. You were in the military. Just go re-enlist. Bang. And they'll put you somewhere easy. It won't be a problem. Just go re-enlist. Jesus. That'll be super duper easy. And then do that for 20 years and then you go to retire for the rest of your life. That's not hard.
Sort of get a pack of chicken. Won't be able to get a turkey for Thanksgiving.
You guys realize?
Again, this white oppressive holiday, they're all like, well, now we ain't getting Thanksgiving. I thought you hated Thanksgiving.
That there's so many people talking about the food stamp cut. They depend on those billions of dollars worth of food stamps to come in every single month. You guys realize?
No, he's talking about like how Walmart is going to collapse without food stamps. How like these fucking stores are going to just don't know where. I mean, like maybe they're going to suffer some profit losses, but I mean that's their own damn fault. There's plenty of stores out there that won't have an issue. Publix, I don't think is going to have an issue. They don't really serve the EBT community. And so who the fuck cares? Right? Oh, these companies are going to go out of business. Well, that sucks. I thought we lived in a capitalist society, not this communist bullshit. It's always coming down the communists. Oh, they're too big to fail. So we have to fucking pump money into the hands of black people to prop up these failing corporations anyway. No, we don't. No, we absolutely do not. We shouldn't have done that back in 2008. We shouldn't do it now. Let's not do that. It's fucking tiring, man. It's fucking tiring.
If it's just the month of November and people don't get their food stamps, do you know how bad that's going to hurt the grocery stores?
Don't give a fuck. Don't give a hot flying fuck.
all those turkeys that's coming from all those farms is going to sit there.
No, they won't. People will buy them, or they'll go in the trash.
Millions of turkeys. But just think about how big of a freaking disaster it's going to be on our economy, man.
Nope. No. First of all, okay, look, here's the thing. If it's the government extracting money from the people to give to other people so they can spend money, it's not an economy, right? That's not an economy. That's a welfare program. That's not actually part of the economy. That's people taking money from people who earned it and giving it to people that did not earn it so they can spend it as they see fit. Oftentimes completely irresponsibly and whatever, buy drugs. I don't know what you do. I'm not going to say you automatically buy drugs, but a lot of you do. And I'm not even saying buy drugs if you want. Just do it with your own fucking money. Don't do it with my money. I don't want drugs. Where are my drugs? I don't get drugs because you want drugs. We all want drugs, okay? So you're taking drugs out of my kids' mouths.
All it's going to take is just 1 month of people not getting their food stamps.
How is it going to be a disaster on the economy? It's not. It's not at all. If anything, it's going to be a complete boom. It is going to be a boom on the economy. It is going to help people pay for groceries, because people that actually pay for groceries have to compete with people that do not pay for groceries for the same groceries. Groceries will become significantly cheaper. I'll be able to get more food. So will all the people I know. They'll be able to get more food for their kids. And then they're going to have extra money left over. And with that extra money, some of them might start businesses. Some of them might buy things like fishing gear or start some sort of Pilates studio or whatever fucking have you, dude. That money will be recirculated into the economy instead of competing with you do-nothings that take and take. And you guys have extra money. What do you put it in your fucking rap label? You buy these stupid gold chains? You fucking have these little Graco fucking child seats for your 11 fucking kids, dude? Just so you can reproduce more of yourself. These leeches. I'm sorry. Okay.
And watch what happens in those grocery stores. Those meat prices is going to drop.
Shank says buying drugs is part of the economy. I'm not arguing that. Not arguing that.
Needs bodies. America is not only in monetary debt, but it is in karmic debt. They owe a debt in the spiritual realm that they are no longer able to pay. So, them canceling EBT food stamps in the month of November is 100% intentional. A lot of people are going to be mad. A lot of people are not going to be able to feed their kids. A lot of people are going to be desperate. You're going to see people stealing and robbing out of stores. You're going to see people do things that they have never done before.
Okay, but it's your bodies, right? It's not like our bodies. It's your bodies. Okay, no problem.
That's what they want. They want people to crash out, stock up, and to stay close.
Oh no, John, I might pay a 10% sales tax if you take away the property tax, but I will pay less rent. Don't you live in California? Don't you already pay like 8% sales tax? So it was 10. It's 2% extra, and then everybody that actually owns a house to live in doesn't have to pay for like the rest of it. That's fair. I'll take that. I don't think a sales tax, I mean, all taxes are kind of bullshit, but like a sales tax, fine. If you want to levy a 10% sales tax and that's the only tax, and then you don't have any like income tax or, inheritance tax or property tax or whatever stupid bullshit fucking long-term, whatever stupid tax. If you just want to do a 10% sales tax across the board, then I'll be okay with that. But I know for a fact you're going to be like, well, we just need a little bit more taxes to pay for this program. And I'll be like, I will shoot you all. I will shoot you all. I will shoot you all. I told you what I was okay with. You want to push it? Do you want to push it?
Don't fall for the.
Honestly, I'm not even okay with that. I'm taking it back. I'm not okay with the 10% sales tax. I think you should not be forced to give money to people you don't want to. This is America, for God's sakes. This is the land of the free. This is not the land of the take, all right? I am free not to give you money. I don't want to give you money. I should be able to choose not to give you money. But no, you've decided that I owe you all of this money. For what reason? You don't have a reason, and it's stupid for me to even ask.
This part went from economics to exorcism fast, calling it a karmatic debt, spiritual warfare. But she's not wrong about desperation turning dangerous.
Dan says, I think my dad paid $7,000 property tax last season. Sales tax is preferable. Of course, sales tax is. Because look, sales tax is about you are deciding to spend money, right? You decide to change like money changes hands. You've decided to make that transaction on your own volition, right? And so a sales tax would be at least more reasonable than, hey, you have stuff, give it to me just because you have it. Just your land is worth this much money. Therefore, I've decided you owe me a percentage of that money. That is thievery. That is extortion. That's not a tax. That is straight up extortion.
You done got your stamps, or when you get your stamps for this month, don't go running trying to sell your damn stamps. Don't be trying to do nothing else other than put some grocery in that refrigerator and some grocery in that deep freezer, because I'm going to tell y'all what's happening. So that whole rumor talk about no stamps being issued in November is a fact. Nobody in America that's in the EBT or part of the EBT program will receive food stamps in the month of November. They trying to phase out and get rid of food stamps, just like they trying to do the Section 8, the government assistant, anything that's government assisted, any program. Like I say, you're going to wake up one morning and you're not going to be able to walk in your grocery store and swipe that damn EBT card in the pantry.
Came from Walmart, y'all, and Walmart overcrowded. Nobody can't even go through the self-checkout because y'all got 3 and 4 buggies spending all them food stamps like it ain't no tomorrow. They said the government ain't back up.
So they're spending all their food stamps because they're not going to work anymore. So it's overrunning the Walmart. I got to check out this Walmart. And see what they got going on. I don't know if my Walmart's going to be like that, but there is one that's relatively close, but I'll see. If not, I can go to a more ghetto Walmart and see what's going on over there. But, you know, fights, I imagine. People stealing stuff. That whole nutshell, you know.
Up by November 21st or October 21st.
Plain says, no food stamp November. I like it. Well, it's going to extend through December as well. And the earliest they think they can actually get a budget worked out is January. So it's going to be the next 2 months. And usually, I mean, most of these people are insanely fat. So, like, usually it only takes like a month for a person to starve to death. They got a good 6 to 7 months of food backup in them. And on top of that, they don't move at all. Like, a month is somebody like surviving on a desert island, like searching for food and stuff. They're just laying there with that kind of like excess fat. Like, these guys aren't fat, but like a big 600-pound fucking, welfare queen. She'll just sit there. She might be able to survive like up to a year. If she takes vitamins and water, she'll be okay for like a year. People have done that. People have lost hundreds of pounds by just not eating for months. You can survive if you're fat enough.
Y'all ain't getting no food stamps in November. So y'all better keep that in mind. A lot of y'all who, you know what I'm saying, y'all know this how you fill that refrigerator up. You better try to budget them food stamps this month, man, just in case the government got some states already declared ain't no food stamps November. I'm telling you, about to tighten up. Budget them food stamps, man.
This guy driving a Tesla barking about food stamps. I didn't even notice that, but that's pretty funny. Yo, where are my food stamps? He's not even driving. He's just on his phone. Yo, where are my food stamps? Just, he's got the FDS on, and he's fucking just, what the fuck, dude? I don't know how much Teslas are, Are they expensive? I don't give a shit. But like, what are you doing driving that to your job? Why do you get food stamps and a Tesla? And if he like pulls into like an $800,000 house, I'm gonna be like, yo. Yo.
Walmart gonna look like Black Friday every day this month.
It looks like that every day, every month.
Folks spending like it's their last swipe for some, it might be.
Man.
Good.
What's going on with Trump and them?
Holy Instagram filter. Whoa, why don't you tone that thing down a few shades? Like, really, really tone that Instagram filter down. That thing is doing some work. God, dude. Just her putting this filter on used like 3,000 gallons of water.
Apparently, they shut down November and December food stamps. How am I supposed to feed my family?
They're not... Okay, why didn't you plan that before you had a family? I did. I had a plan. I have a plan. I have like a lot of contingencies on that plan too. Why don't you have... Your only plan is like get knocked up, go to Uncle Sam Daddy, and then he'll just pay you to get knocked up again? Fuck your family. Fuck your family, lady. Fuck you.
How? How am I supposed to say?
No, I just told you. Fuck you. Go fuck yourself. Go fuck off. I told you. That is my 5-year plan. Fuck off. You. Fuck off. Fuck all the way up. Go fuck off.
Take care of my children. I'm not wrong.
Why are they so fucking cartoonish, dude? You look like a cartoon. Look, I mean, come on, dude. This Instagram filter is not doing you favors. But like, I am so glad that you people are getting kicked off of this. I really am. And I hope you don't get back pay either. Because I know it's coming back. Because they want more of you people to destroy the country. Because that's what you do.
I'm going up in there with a bomb. They won't know who I am. They won't know.
Gary says, feed a starving African and you get 5 starving Africans. I mean, some of these ladies have like fucking 7, 8, 9 kids. I would love to have 7, 8, or 9 kids. But I know how much it costs to feed 7, 8, or 9 kids. I know how much it costs to fucking feed 1 kid. It is expensive. It is insanely expensive. And now you're freaking out because you're not getting Uncle Sam money. Welcome. Welcome. Welcome.
I need my food stamps ASAP.
So Cardi B was saying like, hey, I told you this was going to happen. And so she wanted to talk about who will benefit from all of this going on. And she said that she is kind of like tired of people saying
Me. I will. Me and my family. My children will benefit because we don't have to pay for as much for food because you guys aren't all like sucking it up and like farting it out and then just like making it into more fucking criminals. So we are benefiting greatly. Even 2 months, even if it's just 2 months, that is going to be a great relief. Taking care of you people is expensive. You people, you blacks, it's expensive. We have to take care of you. You understand that, right? The government doesn't make any money. It takes our money and gives it to you. It's not thin air money. It's not. They're taking our value and then giving it to you so you can have more of you, which takes more of our value. It is a flywheel effect of absolute awfulness. And I would be happy if it would be going on forever, that you'd never get a fucking dime from the government again. I really wish that were the case, because you shouldn't have had it in the first place. And there wouldn't be fucking 40 million of you, would there? That is an issue. That is a problem.
the rich people are from this.
Things like eat the rich and this benefit the rich and all shit. It might benefit the rich, this administration, but what type of rich? Like me, for example, be rich, right? Like I'm right. However, The taxes of living has become for every goddamn thing. Everything has become high.
Even Cardi trying to explain the tax math. And when rappers sound more informed than Congress,
Cardi B is retarded. Cardi B has no say coronavirus. Cardi B is retarded, and you take any sort of legal or financial or government advice from Cardi B, you're also retarded. She used to mug people. She kind of probably still does. She used to roofie and mug people. You know that about Cardi B?
you know it's bad.
She's a fucking moron.
Stamps
She
are
is.
canceled for the month of. It's really ironic since people spend the most amount of money on food in November. It's already jacket season. Like holiday season is already jacket season, so things are gonna get bad. Buy from minority-owned companies.
No. I will not. I will not do that. I will not do that. Now what are you going to do? Well, there you go.
There are a lot of
Nothing. Because I want my goods and services to be quality. I'm sorry. So I'm not going to do that ever.
companies that
I mean, I'm not saying ever. I mean, like, what if I bought? Like, I don't even know any minorities. So yeah, no, never.
do benefit the most from holiday season.
No SNAP benefits be in November as government shutdown stretches on October 17th. Oh, I knew I shouldn't have paid for those in advance. Damn.
Paid for what?
But with that being said, it's okay. Of course, we all know that we're in a recession. Trump's egotistical ass is not going to.
Tweety says, there you have it, John. Morons schooling morons. I know, dude. Like, if you're going for your political opinions from fucking Cardi B, I don't know what I can do for you. I don't know if there's any way I can help you. I mean, like, the government can help you by taking my money and then putting it on your EBE card so you can fucking buy watermelon and chicken and fucking 40s and stuff. I want watermelon and chicken. Where are my 40s?
To let those words come out of his mouth. But it's crazy because
Are there any whites in this vid? I think there might have been one. I think there was one.
I feel like people are taking it way better. You feel me? Everybody just walking around here like, oh, you feel me? Diners are shut down. Different type of businesses are shut down.
Tweety says it's jacket season, so things are going to get bad. Don't you have last year's jacket to wear? No, they need a new jacket, and they need their Nikes and stuff like that. You know, they can't, and they need their crime masks, and they need their weaves, and they need the braids and stuff like that. These braids need to be redone often.
Different types of restaurants that I saw packed are not.
Big B says they're noticing we're in a recession now. We've been in one for 40 years. Oh, now we're in a recession. No, yeah. See, now they're like, oh, yes. Yeah, we've been here for the whole time. You've been sitting on your fucking couch eating fucking those chips and bonbons and shit. Like, come on, man. Of course. Damn it, dude.
Not at all anymore. However, you gotta understand.
They smell foul. What, braids? These braids? I bet they do.
The world is going through a shift right now. Everyone has to be accountable. There's no.
He's right. You should, look. Get your own fucking food. Get your own fucking food. How about that? That's not, look, your Section 8 is probably still good. And, I'm sure there's some sort of deferment program for that. All you have to do is get food. Your phone and your car is probably on some other, all you have to do is get food. And, you can go out and fish and stuff. I know you don't have, the ability for agriculture because none of your people developed that over 10,000 years. But, you can hunt. And don't eat my fucking cat, please, okay? Anyways, guys, we're going to end on that. Don't eat my fucking cat. Don't eat my fucking cat. Thanks for coming, guys, and listening to my rants and raves about how I'm glad this is happening. And, I hope EBT never comes back, along with welfare of any kind or Section 8 or, honestly, Social Security. because that would save us all a bundle, and maybe we'd actually balance the budget. But I'll be back tomorrow. Thank you guys for coming. Hit that like button. I would appreciate it very much. I hope you guys have a wonderful night and be cool and be honest and be awesome. And awesome? I said awesome twice. Doesn't matter. I hope you guys have a good night. I'll see you guys tomorrow night at the same time, 8 p.m. right here on the Sulk stream. And until then, I hope you guys be good cult members. Stay strong. Drink a lot of water. Get a good night's sleep. And take care of yourselves. Because I care about you too. I'll see you guys tomorrow night. Love you. Good night. Wrong button. That was the wrong button. There we go.
I'm an incredible soul, unhinged and enraged like a bulldog's fist growl. I'm spitting fire, burning through these trees, questioning the world, unraveling conspiracies. Talking about Bigfoot, Black Ness Monster 2, government lies, they're feeding me their goo. I'm diving deep into this rabbit hole, uncovering the truth, setting fire to their control. I got small nipples, but my voice is loud, roaring like thunder in this crazy crowd. They say I'm crazy, but I call it woke, unraveling the madness with every word I spoke.